Hello there YouTube and all the various sources of entertainment. My name is Caden, and today I wanted to show you my collection of my favorite band's stuff. Yeah, my first album was the Black Album because my girlfriend got it for me for a 1 month. I've already heard Metallica before then. I heard Nothing Else Matters, Enter Sandman, and one on the radio before. But I was in guitar class and I had some friends, and they're in a band now, so I wish them the best of luck. But before that, we were in guitar class, and our teacher asked, "Has any of you played guitar before?" And all of those who raised their hands got to go to the auditorium and just play songs. Well, anyways, my friend and his brothers just started playing Battery, and something just clicked, and I needed more, so I went to go to Metallica's older albums, listen to all their old thrashy stuff, and that was it. They just became my favorite band, and they stayed that way, and they will stay that way. But anyways, without further ado, let's look at my collection. Starting off, we have their first album, which is Kill 'Em All, and I also have the black and recording version. Pretty much most of my CDs are the black and recording versions. I'll stop saying it. The only thing I'll ever say is if it's actually under a different studio, but if I don't say anything, then that means it's under Blackened. But anyways, this one's under Elektra, and this cheaper one is under Blackened. I think the sound quality is a little bit better on the Elektra one, but it's so little you can't even really tell. But yeah, the first album, love a lot of the songs on here. Some highlights, Motor Breath, Poor Horseman, Anesthesia Pulling Teeth, which was Cliff Burton's amazing bass solo debut, Phantom Lord, Seek and Destroy, No Remorse, Metal Militia. All the songs on that album are awesome. Or pretty much most of them. But the next album is my favorite Metallica album. That is Ride the Lightning. We got the vinyl version and the little re-release version. But yeah, it's definitely my favorite album of Metallica. I love every single song on this. Fight Fire with Fire. The intro makes you think it's just going to be a slow acoustic song, but then that riff comes in and punches you in the face. But yeah, Ride the Lightning, From the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, Trapped Under Ice, Escape, Creeping Death, Call of Cthulhu. Creeping Death is my favorite Metallica song at the moment. It used to be The Unforgiven, then For Whom the Bell Tolls, then Fade to Black, but now it's Creeping Death. But yeah, favorite album for sure, no contest. Then we move on to Master of Puppets, and I have three versions. I have this blackened re-release, the blackened re-release vinyl version, and the blackened re-release of the 3 CD version. This one comes with riffs and demos and live shows and an interview with Cliff Burton, which is always nice because it's always nice to hear more stuff about him that we didn't get to hear before. And then the next album, And Justice for All. This album is awesome too. By the way, I forgot to mention Master Puppets. I love all the songs on that album, just like I do Ride the Lightning. I just like Ride the Lightning just a slight bit more. And it's James Hetfield's favorite album, too. Also, fun fact, me and James Hetfield's birthday is only 2 days after mine. And we have the same favorite album. But for some reason, he doesn't like Escape, but Escape is awesome. And I'm pretty sure I know why. It's because whenever they released Ride the Lightning, they were pretty much almost done with it, and then the studio said they have room for one more song, so they made Escape like really quick. And I think that's why I don't like it, but me and a lot of other people do like it. But anyways, yeah, I have Injustice for All, the Black and re-release, the Black and re-release vinyl, and the Black and re-release 3 CD set. But yeah, those are the first 4 albums. That's all their stuff in the 80s. That was their thrashy stuff. And the next, you already know what's next in terms of studio albums anyway. We're doing the studio albums first. We got the Black Album next. And this was my first album with Metallica. And I'm really nostalgic for this one. My girlfriend got it for me for our 1 month. We both got each other gifts for our first month of being together. And she got me this. And this is one of the things that started my addiction to the band. But yeah, it's a really classic album. And it turned 29 just a few days ago. This next album is an album that I love, but not a lot of people do. It's slowly starting to become kind of a classic, but not really. It is Load. I think that if they cut out some of the fillery songs in Load and in Reload, by the way, I might as well just show you Reload too. If they cut out some of the fillery songs and took the good songs and combined them, I think we could have had a Black Album too. And originally that's how it was supposed to be, because these were supposed to be one album. I think it was supposed to be a 2 CD, but regardless, it was supposed to be one album. But they ran out of time, so they had to cut it in half. A little piece of trivia for you. But yeah, these are both the blackened version, and I actually have the original Electra version for not only the CD, but the cassette. See on the side, they both say Electra. But yeah, that's awesome. I love that I have the original version of this album because I think it's the most underrated Metallica album, at least in my opinion. The cassette up here. And we already covered Reload. Like I said, I think if they cut out some of the bad songs in those albums, they could have had a really good album. But I still really like those albums. Not a lot of people do. Next, you won't see as many people defend this album. This is Saint Anger. I actually do like it because it represents the band at probably one of their lowest points, and they really fell to the bottom, and it took falling to the bottom to go back up to the top. And this is actually under the studio Vertigo, and I'm pretty sure that means it's a European copy, because I'm pretty sure it was either Elektra or Warner Brothers that did Saint Anger in the US, so I'm pretty sure this is a European copy, so that's always cool. But I actually do like this album because it represents the band at a bad time, and they got their anger out through this album. That's why it's Saint Anger. But I like Saint Anger, the song, Some Kind of Monster, Invisible Kid, Dirty Window, and Sweet Amber, and The Unnamed Feeling is probably my favorite song on this album. But yeah, that's actually a pretty significant amount of songs, and not a lot of people say that they like this album, but I actually do. So, yeah, I'm weird. Or an apologist, but I don't really care because they're my favorite band. I'm going to like every album. I'm going to find some redeeming quality in them. And this is Death Magnetic, their next album, their 9th studio album. There's not a lot I can really say about this. It's like, Saint Anger has a lot to talk about because it's like so bad, but this is like, there's not really a lot to talk about. Not to say it's bad though. I do like a lot of the songs on here, like End of the Line's really good, Broken, Beaten, Scarred, The Day That Never Comes. All Nightmare Long is awesome song. Unforgiven 3 is awesome too. But yeah, it's just, these songs, it's a return to their thrash days, but without that extra punch. It just kind of makes it feel a little bit blander. But that's why they made a sequel album to that album, that is Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I think this pulled off their thrash days a whole lot better than Death Magnetic did. I think this album is basically like their next Kill 'Em All, and I think if they keep up this momentum, they can make a new Ride the Lightning, and who wouldn't want that? But anyways, yeah, I love Hardwired to Self-Destruct, the song, Atlas Rise, Moth into Flame, Dream No More, Halo on Fire. All those songs are awesome. The second half of this album, because this is a 2 CD album, the second half starts to falter a bit, but the closing track, Spit Out the Bone, everybody agrees that that's probably their most thrashiest song since the 80s. It's so fast, it just punches you in the face repeatedly. Such an awesome song. And I really hope they keep up this momentum, because that would be awesome to have like a brand new Ride the Lightning, but like with a new spin. So that's all the main studio albums. Let's get to the side stuff. This is Cliff 'Em All. It is a compilation released after the tragic and unfortunate loss of Cliff Burton. They have some live shows and just some behind the scenes of the band just goofing around whenever Cliff was alive. It's really cool. If you're a diehard Metallica fan, I definitely recommend it. Then we have the $5 EP. This was actually the first ever thing they recorded with Jason on bass. And it's just an album full of covers before their actual cover album. And it's really good too. I do recommend it. I love the Misfits cover on this album. You should definitely give it a listen. And here's their first full live album, and that is their live Binge and Purge album. It has songs from their Mexico City, San Diego, and Seattle concerts. And it's a really cool album. They have a big box set version, and I actually seen it the other day, and I was going to get it, but I didn't have enough money. But I will get it one day, but for now I have this, and it's really cool. Here's one of the best live albums of all time, and that is S&M. It's basically just some of their songs, but with a symphony now. And it's really cool, and I definitely recommend it. Like, everybody loves this album. This next one is not an official album, at least I'm pretty sure. It is Metallica in the City of Brotherly Love. It's just got a bunch of random songs I haven't listened to yet because I just got it the other day. But I'm pretty sure it's just a bootleg live album, but I don't really care because it's live and it's more Metallica, so you ain't gonna hear me complaining. So let's move on to... This is actually another album I have under its original studio, but it's nothing I'm really proud of because it's Lulu. For those of you who don't know, this is a collaboration between Metallica and Lou Reed, and it didn't go together very well. But, like I said, I try to find the good in all Metallica albums, so the good thing I could say about this is at least we got memes out of it. And this is the soundtrack for their second movie, Through the Never. It's good. I mean, there's something I can really say. It's under the original studio, so that's always cool. It's under Blackened. They started releasing their stuff under Blackened after Hardwired. They made their own studio, which is always awesome. So let's move on to some of the other merch. We have the movie. Their first movie, Some Kind of Monster. It's a documentary series which documents the making of St. Anger. And they should really make more stuff like this because this is really cool. And I love seeing the behind the scenes of stuff like this. You could see my Metallica Ride the Lightning shirt, probably, maybe. Yeah. Favorite album. And then we got And Justice for All. Wait, I don't know if you guys seen that. Yeah, it's an And Justice for All shirt my friend got me. And last but not least, we have a Lars Ulrich Funko Pop. But with that being said, I have some big news. For those of you who know me, one of the biggest things on my bucket list is to see Metallica live. And they've recorded a brand new concert and are releasing it at drive-ins all across America. And I got my ticket, so I finally get to go see Metallica live. That's one of the biggest things on my bucket list. I am so happy I get to go. Me and my girlfriend are going. If her work schedule isn't in the way of it, me and her are going. And I'm so excited, and I cannot wait. I will definitely let you guys know how the concert goes. Maybe I'll try to record some of it. Don't know. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.